there's no option. Like you said, like you're handing things off. You have to be present for those people, or there's no point in you doing it. Blocking my time and being intentional, and it really does make me a better person.
Welcome to the Sold Right Away podcast, where realtors come to solve their toughest marketing challenges and turn them into growth opportunities. I'm Maude, real estate marketing strategist, and every week I sit down with ambitious realtors and industry leaders to uncover what's really working in today's market. This isn't theory. You'll get real conversations, strategies, and proven tactics you can put to work right away to build your brand, generate more leads, and close more deals. If you're ready to stand out, scale up, and win in real estate, you're in the right place. And that's why today I've brought on Taylor Toms with Remax, who opened up with incredible vulnerability and realness about her journey. From building success to almost burnout, Taylor shares how she learned to prioritize, be intentional with her time, and strive to not only be a better mom, but a better realtor and a better version of herself. Let's get to my chat with Taylor. Hi, Taylor. Thanks for joining us on the episode today. Tell us, how did you arrive to real estate?
Hello. Thank you for having me. It's actually a funny story. I used to sales train for a company called Brown's Shoes, and I worked there since I was in high school, and then I kind of worked my way up. I had a client who was my best client ever, and she said to me one day, I was probably like 19 at the time. She's like, you need to be selling more than shoes. Like you have to be selling something else. And I was like, well, I don't want to sell cars. Like, what am I going to sell? And she's like, you have to sell real estate. And I said, what? Like, I didn't know it. I was 19. I had no idea about anything. I didn't own a home. I went to school for marketing and business. And anyway, I thought about that for like a year. And then I started really not liking my job ever since I started thinking about other things. And I was just kind of like going through the motions. So I stayed at the time. I was still going to college to get my marketing and business degree, but I was also working full time at Brown. So it was crazy. And then in Taylor fashion, I decided to go get my real estate license at the same time. So I was doing that at night. And then, I started working for an admin. I applied part-time to work for a local real estate company just to kind of learn. I don't know. I thought I would learn everything, but anyway, so I did that. And then I joined somebody I knew through someone else and joined that brokerage. And I've been with that brokerage since the beginning. So fantastic. That's how I started. Yeah.
That's amazing. So doing all of that, you're used to being busy. And then what made you realize that was it for you? Like once you got 2 feet into it.
You know what? I think at the beginning, honestly, I didn't really know what I was doing, like everybody. Like I didn't know if I would like it. I didn't know if I wouldn't. And then I did a lot of leases in my first year because that's all anyone would give me. So that's what I did. And I realized how hard those are. And then I was like, okay, I got to start finding some buyers. Like if I'm working this hard, I need to start finding some people. So I really dove into the first time buyers. And then I was then buying my first house and getting my friends into it. So I think that was really like having people open their mind up to the possibility of it and educating them. I think that's what got me kind of hooked in it because I was so proud of the people once it actually happened. So I still I'm 7 years in the business now. And my number one thing is working with first-time buyers. Like that's what I love to do. So I think that's really what kept me in it, was just kind of gearing towards those types of stories and those people.
Yeah, like being relating to them, having them relate to you. It's working and it's making you fulfilled. So
and I just share a lot of I'm a very upfront, open person, so I share a lot with my clients too. Like this is what I went through, or this is what so and so went through, just to be as relatable as possible because it's hard, right? Like it's a really hard time for people. So that's what I'm passionate about. Totally.
I love it. Yeah. So what's the one thing that you're really good at? You talked about being upfront, but what else?
I think I'm really good at diffusing the anxiety. I think that's something that is, at the beginning of the transaction or when I'm introduced to a buyer, I think there's so much anxiety. So I just kind of call it out right away and just, I just say, okay, I know you feel this way, whether you want to say it or not. I know how you feel. So let me navigate this in a better way. Or, I think for me, I've dealt with so many different types of people now in this industry that I kind of have gotten pretty good at understanding how you want to be communicated to and then communicating with you that way. So I think that's my superpower in real estate for
My
sure.
superpower is to
Yeah.
diffuse anxiety.
Yeah.
And do
Just
you
kind of be relatable, right? Like understand that it's not a one step process. So,
Mhm. Love it.
yeah.
Love it. And you obviously do it naturally. Do you tackle on like processes? Do you have things in place to help them navigate?
Yes, I am like a type A crazy person. So you can see my whiteboard behind me. I have tons of processes. I work under a team that we are very process oriented. It's the reason why I was able to do as much production as I do. I have three administrators, an operations manager, a listing coordinator, and then an admin who basically run everything behind the scenes for us so that all I'm doing is negotiating and selling real estate, really, and like lead generating and prospecting. So that part for me is, yeah, the systems keep me in line for sure. I use a lot of apps and softwares and everything like that to keep organized, but for sure, absolutely. I mean, every deal is different though, right?
Yeah.
So, but I use the same processes pretty much every time. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Mhm.
Process is my favorite thing too.
Yep.
Process, checklists, right?
You have to. It's
Implement
like I
that.
could not stay organized at this point. Maybe in the beginning, but now I'm like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
I need communication with my admin like all day long, which is amazing. But the biggest thing for me that I learned, especially since having a baby, was like, what do I need to do and what can you do? Because I need to get things away from me. So
Yes.
I really stay in line with like what works, what am I good at. I'm not the administrator type, I never have been, so I stay on the other side of things and let them run with it, which really works.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. So that brings on, I guess that brings on what would be one valuable lesson that you have learned that you need
Hmm.
to apply in order to be successful? And we might even have one pre-baby, one post-baby.
Yeah, I would say before baby, it would be slow down, because I know it's very easy to get caught up in a transaction. Like newer realtors will get that feeling where you're like, I just want to close. Where, as you do more and more deals, it's more like slow it down a little bit. Like, let's make sure we're doing everything properly, like no mistakes. So that would be my early self, I would say. And then now, I mean, now it's just like I said, like keeping myself in my own lane, like being a part of the things that I have to be, but also learning to hand stuff off. Like that is the biggest thing for me, right? And I do often, because I am such a, you know, I don't want to say micromanager, but I am involved in a lot of the parts of the transaction. Like I catch myself a lot, even with my admin, saying, do I need to know this or do I need to be involved in that? Because if not, take me out of it. Like take me out of the chat, or, don't tag me in Slack or whatever it is, just because it's just little things that I'm trying to like force myself out of, which is hard as a business person.
Yeah,
So
I totally get that. So I
yeah.
guess it brings a little bit more conversation about that. Like we talk about like off record about pre-baby and post-baby. So
Mhm.
now what else have you implemented or changed into your post-baby life to make
Mhm.
yourself more successful, more like
Mhm.
able to share the knowledge and to leverage also your team and your
Yeah, you know what? I have some non-negotiables that I brought into like post baby. My son is going to be one in a couple weeks, so he's starting full-time Montessori school, which is challenging for me, but also I know it's going to be amazing. Like to have my free time back, like get back to work, have him learning, and
yeah.
so basically just getting back to a schedule, because I'm pretty regimented with how I spend my time. Wednesdays I have team meetings; those are non-negotiable. I have like networking times. I'm not a cold calling, door knocking agent. I never have been. So I had 98% of my business last year from repeat and referral. And that was monumental. Like I didn't have to spend nearly a dime on marketing. It's all organic. So just making sure that those, like the times to do the networking, take my lenders out for dinner, or I'm just putting those things in intentionally because that's what's bringing me business. I also run a female entrepreneur group called Femme Social, which is really cool. That's like 30 women in my area that all own businesses. So we get together once a month and we have like a networking event that I host. And so those things I put in my calendar and they're happening no matter what. So I think it's just being intentional with my time and not being available 24 hours a day. I tell my clients now, I tell my office, like from 4 till 7, I'm not available every day because I'm with my son. I'm doing bedtime, bath time, dinner, like, the whole thing. But for 3 hours a day, I think that's fine.
Oh,
So I just set it and I'm like, it's funny because people before would be like, oh, Taylor's available all the time, anytime, any day she
yeah.
can, but now I'm like, sorry. And I just put like an auto response on my phone that says, I'll be back to you after 7. Sometimes it's 7:30, like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's 6:30, like, but I carve out that time intentionally and that has changed my life this year for sure.
Yeah, I love it. Non-negotiables, like
Yeah.
carving your time and making it intentional, like you said.
Yeah.
You're busy, 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 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Intentional is key.
You have to. I'm like really starting, like my goal now is to really start getting myself back in the gym, like finding a time. I love to do spin class, Pilates. I haven't done any of that this year because I've just been like so go, go, go or exhausted. So these are things I'm really trying to do to like keep myself, just be myself too, right? It's hard. It's easy to be a realtor and a mom and everything else, but I'm trying to get back to what I like, right?
Yeah, be you, be you.
Yeah,
Mm,
exactly.
nice. What
Mhm.
would you say is the one thing that you have learned, I guess, that
Mhm.
must happen for you to be successful?
Mhm. I would say being intentional with asking for referrals. That's
Oh, yeah.
like, that is huge for me. I know a lot of people feel really awkward. I did at the beginning too of my career, being like, I don't want to ask anybody. I'm bothering everybody. But now it's just comes naturally to me. I'm not salesy. I try really hard not to be, but I do ask people a lot, like, who do I need to talk to that, that who can come to my Femme Social event? Who needs to come to my buyer seminar? Like, rephrasing it in a way of how can I help someone versus how can you send me a lead. So that has been game changing for me. And it's, I feel like people think that they want to do you a favor when you ask them for a referral. So people say to me a lot, like, I really want to send someone to you, right? So it's awesome. I show gratitude. If you send me even if you send me a lead and it doesn't go anywhere, you're getting a handwritten note, a thank you card, a gift card. Like, I really am grateful for those things. So I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, totally get it. Because you said,
Mhm.
like, you don't have to spend marketing dollars. You just have to.
No, I invest it back into my database for sure.
Oh,
Like the people that refer me, I do big client appreciation events. Like that's where I spend my marketing dollars really, but not on billboards or buses or anything like that. It wouldn't work for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what marketing is all about. What works
Yep.
for you, right?
Yep.
Said it
Yep.
perfectly. I love it. If someone were to shadow you for a week, what would surprise them about you?
Probably everything. Um, I would honestly probably say now that I am, I am at the level of production I am, but I'm really focused on my time now. I'm not working 24 hours a day. And I think that I was so afraid to like say that out loud before, but now I think people would be like, wow, like she's actually able to do this amount of work in that amount of time. Or, I think that that would be very surprising to people because I think a lot of people, especially new agents or people that don't know the industry, think that we do work 24 hours a day. And yeah, I think that would be shocking. Also, probably the amount of hats we wear, like therapist, home inspector. Like, I think people don't have a clue what realtors actually deal with or the calls we get, or it would just be pretty, it could be a sitcom for sure.
Yeah, totally
Yeah.
true, though. Totally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting, but it's a different a view on things. It's like to now being able to own it. Like
Yep.
you're being accountable. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Take my time. I'm blocked
Yeah.
off. Like that's
You
very.
know what? I know I'm a better realtor now than I was before. And it's because I'm focusing on the things that matter to me, and I'm not getting frazzled as much. I mean, there's still obviously this industry it can be a little bit crazy, but it's I know I'm a better realtor now because I've time blocked and I give people intentional time. Like if we're having a conversation, my phone's on do not disturb. Like there's no frazzledness, which I think has allowed me to serve so many more people. So that was good. I think, I've probably dropped the ball years ago on trying to juggle too many people at once. And I think now I'm pretty intentional with how, who do I work with? Should I refer it out? Is this a good fit for me? Like, so that's been monumental for sure.
Yeah, these are huge key point, like huge,
Yeah.
huge, huge key point for success. I love it. I love it. And then, what do you think your background in marketing and business applies for you
Mhm.
right now, based on everything you shared so far?
You know what? I think the biggest thing for me is investing in my personal brand. So that's what I was chatting with you about before is like I do all my own social media. I've never outsourced that. That has been 100% organic.
Yeah.
I've seen other people that hire companies to do it, but it just doesn't seem natural. It's kind of, the Canva template. So for me, the what I've learned with marketing is you are the marketing. Like I am the person. If I fell off the planet tomorrow, there would be no company. So I really try hard to show my personality. I have a lot of people that say like I've been following you for years and I feel like I know you. Like
Mm.
so that's been important for me. I've always tried to incorporate my family, my business, my personal life with my business because that's the people I want to attract.
Yeah.
Um, so I've learned that. I mean, the business side of things is just handing off the stuff I'm not good at. So, I'm not my own accountant. Like I don't do, I'm not a paperwork, like FinTrack compliance. Like I have someone that does all that because that's not my forte. So I think like paying the right people to do the right job and not getting so caught up in all of it, like that was huge for me too. And something I learned also, like, stay in your lane with what you're good at and then it will work.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Mhm,
So let's tackle on a little bit of that challenge. So
mhm,
you want to remain the sole person posting for yourself or your social
mhm.
media, but you're also running out of time in a day.
Yeah.
So how can I guide you or help you into bulk posting, or what is
Mhm.
the strategy behind your posting?
Yeah. You
Talk
know, a lot of my stuff is stories, which is really good. I get a good response on stories. So I try to document as much as I can throughout the day. Whether I can post it in that moment or not, it doesn't matter. I keep it on my phone and then usually 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'll share a little bit about what I did today. So that's really good. I used to be so good with like, okay, Monday I'm doing this, Tuesday I'm doing that, and then real estate would change everything. So now, now that I have my son going back to daycare, like I can give more time to these things. But being on stories and being present like that was something that I think got me a lot of just like followers and watches and views and things like that. So that's something that I'm definitely going to get back to. It's just I haven't had it hasn't been the main priority, I think, but it is a source of business for me. So it is something to focus on. I'm like very strategic how I track all my business. So, every quarter I look back like, okay, I got to get back onto social media because that's how I get leads. So I just want to be consistent, right?
Yeah, yeah, I love
I
it.
don't like to fall off for a week and then come back. Like I every day will post something. So
Mhm.
that's good.
And is it like on the fly? Do you think about it, or
Oh yeah.
before were you able to strategically think about what your goal is?
Mhm. You know what? Most of it's on the fly, I have to be honest with you. Most of it is just sharing what I'm doing during the day. Kind of relating to people. Like if I go to the gym, I'm going to share that. If I'm going to a buyer visit, I'm going to share that. I do a lot of seminars, like first time buyer seminars. So I post a lot about that, like who should be coming.
Yeah,
I do a lot of events. So, I think I don't do a lot of just sold. Like I'll share something that's sold, but I do like as more of a success story.
love it. Love
So
it.
that's intentional for sure, but my stories are pretty sporadic. Like it's basically what I'm doing today, right? So that's it.
Yeah, I can see how that's a lot to ask of
Mhm.
you. I think, yeah, I think my advice, personally, from what I'm hearing, would just be try to see if you can bulk a time to just have a strategic plan. If you're going to do buyer seminars or event that
Yeah.
month, the same way you time block your time, just time block.
Yep.
what's going to happen, and then start to like you can repurpose.
Preset them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
repurpose, preset them, talk about
Yep.
the buyer event, and then do maybe a little buyer tips here and there, but
Yep.
from your seminar and from what you're sharing.
Exactly. Yeah. I definitely need to get more like video, I guess, like
Yeah,
during those things so that I can make reels. So these are all like in my head, but just have to get them to fruition this year.
yeah, no, that's awesome. And then if you
Yeah.
pre-bulk them, you can pre
Yeah, then I have it.
the story even on a day, say, hey, buy
Yep.
in 5 days or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
At
exactly.
least you have something that's there, and if you miss a day, it's not that bad because
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
and you can
Yep.
always add. So I
Yep.
love that. That's super
Yeah.
cool. It's very genuine, very relatable.
Yeah.
So I can
That's what
see.
I want it to be, like I shared yesterday, oh, I'm sending my son to daycare, like send me some love. And I had like 700 people messaging being like,
Love it.
you're going to be fine. And, it's just that community and it's people I
Yeah,
don't even know being like, I feel like I know you. Like, this is what I went through. So those are my type of clients are like the real, genuine,
yeah,
types of people. And then they open up to me too about like hardships or divorce or death or why are we selling? Like, those are all because I think I've been so open, it opens a door to other people to feel like they can chat with me as
yeah,
well, right?
yeah. Which is it's so perfect for
Yeah.
personality, what you're offering, how you're guiding people, and what you
Yeah.
do. So I love it.
Yeah.
Nice. Ask me anything. Question segment of the podcast. Do you feel you have struggling with content ideas? I guess no. Anything that stands out for you in terms of questions for marketing?
hmm I would just say, like, what do you think is something that realtors or, people in business specifically are doing that's different than other people that is getting more views? Because I follow so many realtors and I have so many realtor friends, but it feels like everyone's using the same coffee contracts, whatever that is, right?
Talk and
Yeah,
what
the subscription. So I see the same post and I'm like, okay, I can't do that. Like, it's the same. So what do you feel is working for people to get noticed?
I love that question because I think it's who you are. So the same thing you're doing your daily stories about who you are. You're not forcing yourself into something you're not, or
hmm
Canva templates that are the same. So that's
hmm
number one.
hmm
It's what's different is when people do different than the just sold, just listed. Those are great if you have some, I guess. But your social media grid should not be all just sold, just listed.
Yeah.
It should be
Flat
all about,
images. Right.
yeah, it should be about like more day to day, what you do, who you are. But also, it's whatever works for you. So some people don't want to share their family and their
hmm
story. But I always say you're almost like a celebrity. So if
hmm
you're a celebrity, you have to share yourself, share
Yep.
your family. If you choose not to, then what else do you have to offer? So that's the whole strategic thinking from a
Yep.
marketing perspective is, are you educating buyers? Are you there
hmm
at the home inspection? What do you have to offer? It's
hmm
literally who you are. What is it about you? And it has to be told on all platforms. And I know people also get sick of the messaging. And
Yeah.
there was a story that Henry Ford was in his factory looking at the marketing campaigns that his marketing team was working on, and every day he
hmm
walked by and saw it, and that somebody says, when are we going to stop running this campaign? And the marketing team said, well, we haven't started yet. So he was
mm
already sick of the messaging, even
Yep.
though it hadn't been out. So sometimes we're sick of our own messaging, but we
Yep.
have to stick with, who are you
Yep.
genuinely, what's your messaging, keep it consistent, because that's what people will remember. uh,
hmm
People will want to relate to you. So it's not about, is it a reel, is it a story? It's all about a whole overview overhead, strategic thinking of what is it you're going to post and why, what's the outcome,
hmm
and that's how you're going to get results, really.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, yeah,
Love it.
yeah. It's very cool. I think marketing is like, I don't know, my favorite thing.
It's just different for everybody. So it's so cool, like what you can do, right? I think that that's the biggest thing. Like my husband runs a sign company. He owns a graphic websites and window graphics and stuff. So I see we have two totally different businesses with how we get business,
Yeah,
but he's more SEO, Google ads, Google things like that. Whereas mine's the complete opposite of relationships, referrals. So it's really cool to see two people run very different businesses and
at the target,
still
like the target would be different for you. You're
completely
selling
different. Yep.
your product, you're selling yourself. You're not really
Exactly.
selling the house, you're selling
No.
trusting you versus
Yep.
selling a product.
Yep.
SEO
Exactly.
works really, really great for that. But yeah,
Yep.
it's all about
Exactly.
genuine.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice. I have a rapid fire segment for
Okay.
this episode. Rapid questions. Some of it we already talked about, but that's okay. So let's start with, what is your best marketing strategy right now?
Hmm. I would say just staying up online for sure, like keeping every day being consistent online. That's the biggest thing for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, just being present, being at the top of people's stories. I think that that's really good.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree with that. If you
Mhm.
could use only one marketing tool or platform for 1 year, what would it be and why?
Instagram for sure. Just because it gives me, I mean, I feel old, but I don't use TikTok. Other people do. I feel like it's kind of phasing out, but Instagram for sure, because I like that you can message, do private messaging, but also do your flat posts too. I think that that's awesome. And it's just easy, it's user friendly, and it's
Totally.
quick to post, no thought behind it. So totally would be Instagram
And for you, it would be Instagram story or Instagram grid story?
story for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is your top income generating activity?
Taking care of my database, honestly. I think generating the referrals, like I said, 98% of my business came from repeat and referral, so either people that have used me before or people that have referred me. So just taking care of the people that take care of me, is that's 100% what works for me.
And do you have a process for that, or do you do it on the fly?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I send birthday cards, purchase anniversary cards. I stay in touch with them constantly. I have 4 client appreciation events every year. So I don't sell a house and then disappear. Like, I would say 90% of my clients become friends. So we stay in touch a lot. So it's just, being genuine and being a part of their lives after the property is sold. Like, I tell people a lot, once you sell, I don't disappear. Like, you can still call me, like, we can still be friends. I check in, I'll drop by. Like, if someone has a baby, I'm sending a gift. Like, I try to be as intimate in their lives as possible, but just not letting them go. Like, they're not done because they're sold. So that's really important for me.
I love it. So real.
Mhm.
Which activity should every realtors drop?
Door knocking.
Door knocking.
Uh,
Read it.
yeah, I'm not a door knocker. I hate when people come to my door, so that's probably why. But yeah, door knocking. I don't know. I just think there's so much you can do so much more in the time it takes to print, pay, walk, and have your door shut in your face than it does. I think
Yeah.
I've never
Genuine.
had to do that, and I feel like it's a waste of time for a lot of people when there's so much more things you could be doing.
Love it. Love it. Love it. It's all part of a thinking, right? How do you
Yeah.
strategically plan your marketing?
Yep.
Yeah. Love it. How do you win more listings?
I think by being honest. I think I compete a lot. I will tell you, I compete a lot against, in my market share. There's a lot of different agents that, will discount commissions, or, say the price is a lot higher than it is. I show real facts. I show, I have the stats with me. I come prepared. I never show up to an appointment not prepared.
Love it.
Um, I have really good marketing material that I'll bring and I'll leave it for them. But I tell people honestly, I I want to get you the best results possible within the reality. So if someone's telling you it's worth $2 million, but I'm showing you that it's worth 1.5, don't hire the other person just because they say that, right? So I try to say, like, I explain my process. I'm very process heavy, so I show them in a calm and I can explain it well. So that's important. But honesty for sure has won me a lot of listing appointments.
Love
I've also lately in this market, which is so up and down, I've been called as a second and third agent in when they hired the discount agent first, or they went with the agent that told them it was worth this much, and then they come back and say, oh, I should have just listened to you, or
it.
but which is fine. And I always keep that door open. I
Yeah.
tell
Super
them
smart.
all the time, like, please don't, it doesn't make me feel bad if you want to choose someone else, but I will be here for you, to
And it
get it done
doesn't sell.
right. So, yeah. So it's just the honesty, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to take a listing that's overpriced. There's no point in it for me. So if that client wants to try that way, then that's totally fine. But I think it's just the honesty and, showing them the real hard facts, coming prepared, doing my homework, that's all of those things I think really work. And it shows that that's the kind of person I am, right?
Yeah. And you, like you said, you're spending money on marketing, your processes, you got
Yeah.
all your team working on this work. So why take a listing if you know?
Staging, photography, like, yeah, it's expensive, and I am also very honest about that too. Like, I show them, like, this is how much it is to invest in your listing. I really believe in it. That's why I'm willing to do that, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of teams that have 30 listings out and only 5 of them will sell, but I want 100% of my listings to sell. So, I just try to kind of phrase it like that. And the clients that get it. The ones that don't, sometimes they work with someone else, or they call the second and third agent, right?
Yeah, yeah. Not a fit. It's not.
No, not everybody's going to be a fit, right? So that's important to learn too. I think, like, as you continue on in the business, at the beginning you have to take everything. Like, you're going to take any rental, anything, right?
Yeah,
And then as you kind of go, it's like, well, I just lost money because I did this, right?
yeah.
So
Smart.
there's a lot of hard learning in this business.
Yes, definitely. How
Yeah.
do you leverage your listings? We talk about you getting listings, but how do you leverage them?
Like, how am I marketing them, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of online marketing. So like I said, I hire a listing coordinator. She works full time Monday to Friday. So her job is organizing everything from booking the staging appointment to getting it up on the custom website. We do custom URL for every property. We have it up on Google. We have it on all the Remax websites, everywhere possible you could see it. But I do print marketing, like flyers for the open house. Like, there is no shortage of how this property is going to be seen online, sponsored ads, everything like that. But I think the coolest thing is, like, the new reels, like having like the walkthroughs where you're talking as well. Like, those are really awesome.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, in-person open houses, like, we're pulling out all the stops right now because it's
No,
taking a lot of different strategies to get a property sold.
totally, totally. I get
Yeah.
it. I love it. This is cool.
Hmm.
Nice.
Hmm.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
Hmm.
Mm.
Best advice. It's probably been recently because I've been asking for so much advice, but I would say it's the time thing. Honestly, it's like being intentional with your time. I think that I had burnout really, really bad before, after I got married, right before I had my son. I had a summer of, I had my best year ever, or just under my best year ever, and I was working like crazy, and I was just so burnt out, and just thought to myself so many times, like, why am I doing this? Why am I working this hard?
Yeah.
You know, money is money. You can't even spend it when all you do is work. Like, it was just, I went through that, and I talked to so many amazing people at the time. And I had a great life coach who is still one of my very good friends. And she just said, like, you have to take care of you first to be able to take care of all of these people. And I thought so much that I was going to let people down by being like, oh, I'm unavailable for an hour because I'm going to the gym, or I'm unavailable for 2 hours because I want to do this. And then when I had my son, it was like, well, there's no option. Like you said, like,
Yeah.
you're handing things off. You have to be present for those people, or there's no point in you doing it. So blocking my time and being intentional and, like, giving back to me first, I think I mean, we're all learning. Like, I'm a new mom. Like, I don't know everything, but I know that
Ever.
giving the time, yeah, exactly. Giving the time back to me and my family and my husband, like, those, it really does make me a better person. So I'm so glad that somebody forced me to do that, because I probably wouldn't have. I mean, I probably, knowing my personality, would have just kept going at that speed and then neglecting myself, but providing really good service to other people. And it wasn't fair, right? It
No,
was just,
no, because it's
so
not sustainable long term.
it's not something was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad that, yeah, I've followed that, and it's working. I mean, some days it doesn't, but as long as I try every day to do something, then that's totally what has helped me.
I love it. I love it. This is
Mhm.
so true. So then, what's a quote or a mantra that keeps you going?
I always say, work hard, be kind, and treat everybody with respect. Like, I think that's my thing. Like, I try to be as kind as possible. I'm very compassionate. Like, I think for me, putting myself in someone else's shoes is like the number one thing about this business. I think it's easy when you're dealing with so many different types of personalities, especially with negotiation, like it's very easy to get overwhelmed. So I try really hard to see it from everybody's side of view. Like, and I work very hard, I'll be honest. Like I think that that's super important. Everything I do, I put 100% in it. If I can't, then I usually won't do it. So, I think just being kind and compassionate, like it's been able to get me where I am for sure.
Yeah, I love it because you're still blocking off time, but you're still working hard. You're not
Oh
just
yeah.
working around.
Yep, yep. And you know what, people like, I think more recently, people have even said to me, even my clients, like I'm selling one of my best friend's houses right now. And she was like, and I've sold for her before many times. And she said to me the other day, like, I'm so proud of you that you can still do this, but also like, you're still the best realtor ever. Like she always says that to me. And I'm like, that makes me feel so good because like people actually see it, right? That I am taking time for me. But if we need to do offers till 1 o'clock in the morning, we will. Like we're going to do whatever we have to do, right?
Yeah, just not between 4 and 7. I love
Yeah,
it.
just not between 4 and 7. And I'm just intentional with it. Like, I won't book an offer day at that time. I won't book showings if I don't have to. Obviously, things change and whatever, but I have a great husband who will do whatever I ask. But it's,
Hey,
I want to be there. Not that I have to be, I want to be there.
I love
So that's
it.
important.
And you can manage it. So that's the
Yeah,
whole
you can.
the
Hmm.
system and process is driven enough that you can actually fulfill on your own
Yep.
commitment to yourself and your family.
Yep. Yep.
Love it. Very cool. Everyone has their own definition of success. How do you define success for yourself?
I think success does come down to financial success for sure. I think, like to be comfortable. Like I think
Number.
being successful for me is having peace, being comfortable, being able to like enjoy the fruits of my labor. I think that that's important. We just put my son into a really good school and it's more expensive than I wanted it to be. But, my husband and I just said, like, why do we work this hard though? Like, this is why we do that, is to give him those opportunities. And like, so I think just, doing that, but also, like I said, being able to go on trips or, I want to pay my mortgage off. Like, we have a rental property, like all those things that this business and success has kind of brought to me, like that's the end goal, right? Is just having like contentment and peace and being happy and comfortable where I'm at. Because like I said, I don't think the more houses you sell or the more money you make, I don't think it really matters if you're not actually enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah,
So
you burn
there's a stop point, right? Like,
that.
where can I stop here to actually enjoy my life, which is
Mhm.
good, right?
Yeah, love it. It's financial versus enjoyment and happiness.
Yep. And balancing them both,
Balance.
right?
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there is one piece of advice you could leave for all other realtors out there, what would it
Hmm. Hmm. Probably, I'm very intentional with tracking where my leads come from. That's huge. I think that that's where you give back. I think a lot of agents, their biggest mistake is not having a database, not tracking things, waking up every morning being like, what am I going to do today? So, having a database is number one. Taking care of the people that refer you, track where your business comes from and put the money there or put the time there because it will keep working. And just being organized, like, see what works for you and do it. At the beginning, I tried everything and then I eliminated things. So
love it?
do everything at the beginning. Try door knocking, try cold calling, try Facebook ads, do everything and slowly and eliminate what doesn't work. I have an amazing team. Like, I rely on my team a lot. I'm an independent agent that works very much like an independent agent, but I I rely on my admin for everything. So just kind of like understanding what you're good at, stay in your lane,
Yeah,
and rely on other people because it really does help you grow your business instead of just being a solo agent. Having other people to help you is it's so good.
I love it. I love it. This
Mhm.
is so true. So true. Before we end today, tell us how you're gonna end the year strong. There's only a few months left before the end of the year.
Yeah. So 90 days is where we're at right now with the year. But yeah, I keep doing what I'm doing. I just started up my Femme Social again, which is that female networking group. So that started last month. I get a lot of business from that, which is amazing. So I'm going to divulge a lot of time into setting cool things up for that group. So, just giving back. Like I'm doing a lot of community events for the Christmas season. So yeah, I try to be as consistent as possible and keep getting in front of people, right? Like I just try to be as involved as possible with clients, with friends, with family. Don't say no to everything I'm invited to. So that's been hard this year with a baby, right? My
Yeah.
first instinct is to say no because all I want to do is go to bed. But I am now I'm just saying yes to everything. Like I'm just getting back out there and it really does work for
Yeah.
sure.
I love it. This is so true. So
Mhm.
I know everything changes with a baby.
Oh yeah. I would be the one saying yes to everything before, and now it's been hard, right? But that's how I get business. So it's and it makes me feel good. I don't want to be sitting at home all the time. So
Oh,
you
no.
got to push yourself sometimes.
Yeah, get back, get your feet out there, get out
Yeah.
there. And yeah, that's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Where do we connect with you online? What's your Instagram handle?
Yeah, so it's at Taylor Toms Realtor, and that's my handle for everything. So you can find me on anything there. And yeah, I'm going to be posting daily, so everybody can see me.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you for being so vulnerable. You shared so much personal stuff and business.
Oh,
So I think that was fantastic. A lot of people will relate for sure.
thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure for sure, and I'm happy to join on anytime.
Thanks for tuning in the Sold Right Away podcast, where driven realtors come to get real strategies, real results, and real actions you can take on to win more listings, leads, and close more deals. If today's episode helped you think differently or gave you a fresh perspective, do us a favor, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with others who will love to hear it. And hey, what is your biggest marketing challenge right now? Reach out, drop a DM, or book a 15-minute call with me at soldrightaway.com. We're here to help you get more out of real estate. Until next time, keep closing and keep winning.